when I was 18 years old, I legally bought my first gun. I followed every law. I got licensed, I got fingerprinted, and I went to the gun store and bought a gun. I took this gun to the range, and I got kicked out the range because they said I was unsafe. Let me tell you how this went because till this day, I didn't even know what I did wrong. I didn't even do anything wrong. Let me explain this shit, man. I'm 20 now, but this story happened when I was 18, so we're gonna get into it. So, boom. This is back when I was 18. Like I said, I just got my gun license legally, the right way, background check, paperwork, the whole process. I took it serious because I know how serious these things are. And once I got approved, I went to the gun store and picked out my firearm. After taxes, it was about 950. And I just want to give a quick disclaimer: guns are not toys. You know, these things are not cool, but it's just something that a lot of people have, and it's like, hey, do you be the person without one? You know, a lot of stupid people have these things, and yeah, so you gotta just match the energy. You gotta just match the world. You feel me? Um, but let's get back on track. So I had to go to the store, pick out what I wanted, and then I had to sign another 30 something papers. And they said, we're gonna call you back when you're ready for pickup. So uh, I go back to the gun store. I get my gun, and I go home. I go home and I look up gun ranges online. So I specifically wanted an outdoor range because most places were only doing indoor, and I found one, but it's about an hour away. And I drive all the way out there, excited as hell, because this is my first time ever going to the range. You know, um, and I was excited to use what I just paid $950 for. Now here's where I messed up. I get to the range and I open the trunk and I grab my firearm from the trunk. I walk inside the building holding it. Just holding it. Imagine holding a what's how was I holding this? I was holding this like, how would you hold a trophy? In my right hand, straight up. How would you hold a water bottle? Or how would you hold what's another object? I'm trying to just give y'all a better example of how I was holding this. Safely though. It's very safe. Um I was holding this very safe. Like I'm holding a long stick, but it's pointed straight down. Okay? It's pointed like the barrel is pointed down and I'm holding it like it's in my right hand, like high. It's very very safe. Just know. I don't want to sound like I was unsafe. But as soon as I step through the door, I hear yelling. Whoa, 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 drop it. I'm like, I hear someone screaming, but I don't think they're talking to me. And I hear it again. Drop it now. And I'm frozen. Like I stop and I see someone staring at me and I point at myself with my other hand. I'm like, me? He's like, yes, you. And I'm like, me? Okay. I dropped it. And the dude has his hand on his hip like he's reaching for his own gun. And this is one of the dudes that worked there, or he might have been the owner, and he's like got his hand on his hip like he's about to use his gun on me. And I instantly just like put my hands up, and now I'm getting pressed. He runs over to me yelling, are you out of your mind? And I'm confused. I'm like, sir, I'm licensed, this is legal. He says, why is your gun not in a case? And that's when he explained the rules, that you needed a case to just walk in. And I said, sir, this is my first time here. I'm sorry that I made that mistake. Nobody ever explained that part to me. I don't go to the range. You feel me? I don't know anybody around me that goes to the range. You feel me? Like, no one told me that you had to do this. And I tell him that I just picked it up today and I still have the box. Like it's fresh out the box. And he tells me to go get the box. So I jog to the car and I grab the box and I come back in. And at this point, I'm calm and I'm just apologizing again. Because, like, I'm trying to de escalate the situation. Like, everybody's looking and staring at me and shit. And But yeah, after I pay and I sign the waiver, I tell them I want to use the outdoor range. But the cool part about this situation, like even though everybody was staring at me, like a lot of people were giving me compliments and shit. Like, it's okay, my man. Like, you didn't know any better. Like, all the older people in there that like go into the range, they like, oh, that's a nice firearm you got there. Like, that looked like some shit out of John Wick. So like everybody was just complimenting me and shit, like, cause they know I genuinely meant no harm. You feel me? It was just the owner. I don't know. He just seen a young black dude and just probably, flipped out. Cause it is an uncommon look. You don't see young black men at the range too often. But like I said, I'm licensed. I explain that to everybody in the building because everybody's staring. It's a real situation when somebody's screaming. And but yeah, I pay, and so there's another employee there who says I'm gonna walk you to the outdoor range. So I follow behind him, and once we get outside, he's like, "You don't even know what you're doing. You shouldn't even be out here." And I'm like, mind you, I'm just being quiet. It's like at this point, I already got yelled at. Arguing ain't gonna do nothing. And this is a town I never been to in my life. This was a town in the woods. I don't know if these dudes is racist, bro, but I ain't gonna lie, that sound crazy. Like, you shouldn't even be here is what I hear from him. And he just keeps on criticizing me like, you don't even know what this button does. You don't even know where the safety's at. Like, you're clueless. And I'm just like, okay, I want to learn. Like, this is literally what I say to him. Like, I want to learn. This is my first time here. You feel me? Um, and that's what I like. That's what I came here for. Um, so I just stay calm. And he's like, you know what? Since it's your first time here, you're gonna have to sit down and shoot. I'm like, I gotta sit down and shoot. He said, yeah, cause you don't know what the hell you're doing. Why are you gonna stand up and hurt yourself? That I'm gonna be at blame? Mind you, I'm a 6'1", 200-pound black man, and this guy's saying that I'm gonna hurt myself if I stand up and shoot the firearm that I paid for. But I'm like, okay, at this point, arguing is not going to do anything for me. I'm solo. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. This is not the place to argue. And I'm just like, okay, are you gonna let me? Like, he's like, okay, I'm gonna let you shoot your gun, sitting down. And he says it again, and I'm just like, all right, I don't own this place. I gotta just follow what they're telling me. And so I'm loading it. I'm loading it up, and he's like, you don't even know how to put this in correctly. And I put it in correctly. Shut him up with that. I'm just quiet though, shutting him up every time he say I don't know how something works. He said, what are you gonna load it with? This button. He said, where's the safety? This button. Just shutting him up every time. You feel me? Oh, somebody's calling me. Hold on, y'all. See, after a few shots, he like, you left one round in. And I actually did. Like, I started standing up because I'm trying to see, like, yo, do I gotta sit down the whole time? And he like, so as soon as I stand up, I still got it in my hand. And he like, you left one round in. Then he's like, see, I told you, this is unsafe. And he like treating me like I'm stupid or something. And he grabs the firearm out of my hand. He starts reaching for it, and he clears it. And he's like, you're done for today. And I said, for real? And I'm like, at this point, it ain't even no point of arguing, bro. I'm a grown ass man. What the hell is arguing gonna get me? You feel me? And he's like, you're being unsafe. So what he does is he empties like the last bullet in my firearm, and he hands it back to me, like unloaded. He's like, it's time for you to pack up. And I'm not even mad because I did get to use it. Yeah, they scammed me. You feel me? But it's like, hey, I got to use what I paid for. I'm happy. I just packed up and left. You feel me? I didn't break the law. I'm licensed, and I kept calm. You feel me? But moral of this story is a quick one. Um, If you're a first time gun owner, learn every rule before you step inside the range. In this range, they might have just been racist too. I don't know. I'm not gonna say any names. I don't want nobody trying to sue me and shit. But yeah, the people up there were cool though. It's just the employees. Like I said, man, y'all heard me. They was complimenting me. Like everybody in that bitch was like, "Oh man, don't even worry about that." Like, you know. But yeah, stay safe, stay legal, and stay smart. Don't let anybody trick you. Cause y'all think this gun shit is cool. They not. Cause you use that bitch. Be ready to go to trial. Be ready to sit in jail. You feel me? You got money for the lawyer fees. I'm telling you. So I'm trying to teach y'all at the same time. But J Go 7 out. Now, before we end it, we got to do the ending. If you want more real story time, subscribe. I don't fake story times. I'm nothing like these other dudes. I don't get into faking. I hate faking. It's a lot of fakers. We don't do that. I'm out though.